I'll tell you what's going to happen, John McKenzie. You can go F yourself. That's a good way to start the stream. Is this going to happen today? Hey, I'm an old man. I'm allowed to do stuff. I'm allowed to forget things, man. I don't know what happened yesterday, people. I scheduled the stream for yesterday. I don't know what happened. I messed up. I made a mistake. So, I was going to say something really rude, but I'll just say I apologize for messing up, making a mistake. Okay, so here's the deal. Trevor is not going to be able to join us tonight. Something came up for Mr. Gregory, and he's not going to be able to join us tonight. And I did audio and video good. Thank you, Big M. Appreciate it, Myrtle. I did reach out to a couple of friends, but I didn't hear anything back for those guests. And I did have some people reach out to me and offer very kindly to be the substitute tonight. But what I decided instead was that you guys are just going to interview me for tonight. I do appreciate the people that sent me emails and said they would do it. I've actually added you to the list of people. You know who you are. I've added you to the list of people that we'll interview next year. But I just decided this time we're going to let you guys interview me. I will answer any questions you put in the chat as honestly as I can, regardless of the topic. Let's try and, have a little bit of, just a smidgen of decorum. I know, who am I talking to? But yeah, I'll answer any questions. And again, as honestly as I possibly can. Obviously I'm not going to give out, information that would be hurtful to me, but that's what we're going to do instead. And I apologize that we don't have a guest tonight. Again, Trevor did have something come up. He could not get out of it. And then I actually had two more people that would do it, but then they both canceled on me as well. Things came up, no fault of their own. So I actually had 3 cancellations just today, and then 2 other people that I reached out to either were working or whatever, didn't see my messages and didn't get back to me. So it's me. So whatever questions you guys ask in the chat, I will do my best to answer. My wife Michelle is going to be home very soon, and she said she'd jump in and ask some questions too. I guess more for you guys. I don't know. So that's where we're at. You guys get to interview me and ask me any kind of questions that you like. And let's say some quick hellos. The first one I see is at 624. I see Yellowstone Aquatics. What's going on? Yellow, Beck's Fish Room, and Patty and Big M. Jeremy, Paul Cetera, John McKenzie, Mystery Snail Guardians, S. Robert, that's Ray Aquatics, Ben. Melvin, hi Ricky, Jenny, Paul McCarthy, hi there, Mikey Mike, Marie Elliott, Thunder Aquatics, what's going on, dude? I see Thunder quite often in the morning show. Yo, Rico, let's talk, Paul says. No sex stuff, everyone. It's not off the board. We'll you ask the questions and we'll see. Struggling with reality right now. The world is a bit too crazy now. Deep breaths. What's going on, Lumpy Dog? I hope you're just having fun. I hope there's really not something going on. Pride More. What's going on, William? Mark Strelson's back again. What time is it over there? You guys you're like 12 or 13 hours, right, Mark? My Fish Tank is Aquatics. Mystery Snail Guardian says, Moist Matt, don't ask any questions is basically what Rico means. Well done. What's going on? I offer up my kids as tribute. You can listen to her sing. Oh, where'd it go? Listen to her sing from the back seat. Uh, and that's where we're going to start it at 6:31 with Ricky with his standard question. Now, Ricky's been asking this question of every single guest that we've had, maybe since the beginning. Had to be pretty close to the beginning. He always asks, "What's your favorite movie and TV show?" And I have a very hard time answering that question. Um, and across any type of entertainment, I don't have a single favorite movie or TV show. There's so many that I like. I do think that right now we're in the golden age of television. I think there's a lot of great shows. I like sci-fi, fantasy stuff quite a bit, and lowbrow comedies. You know, Waterboy from Adam Sandler. I love lowbrow, stupid comedies that I don't have to think about. Um, I like most of Adam Sandler's stuff, except when he does like Little Nicky. I didn't like as much because he's doing the face. You know, I don't like when he does that stuff as much. I like it when he's just dumb because he's good at being dumb. Um, I do enjoy the cartoons like Rick and Morty and Venture Bros and stuff like that. Absolutely love those types of things. Watch those. Venture Bros is one of my favorite shows ever. I've watched it, have all of it. No, I don't have all of it. The last season I do not have on Blu-ray, but the rest of it I do. So there we go. Again, that's very hard to do. It can never just name a specific one, a specific movie or TV show. Um, Melvin says, so when are you going to make a new installment of the next face leggings? We'll have to see. Maybe I can get a different type of thing. And I think one's enough, though, Melvin. I really do. One's enough for the leggings. You just you don't need too many of those out in the world for sure. Um, let's see. There's Atkins. What's going on, Ian? Hopefully, I didn't miss anybody else. And again, I'm just a few minutes behind. So, how did you get so beard, so lush, without it getting itchy? Well, right now it is sort of. I don't normally let it grow like this. Um, Usually, I keep it trimmed up quite a bit more. Again, that's my chin right there. That's my chin. So that's much longer, and I usually don't let it grow this long. I don't like it this long, but I wanted to sort of get into the Santa Claus thing. Um, so it's gotten a lot longer than it normally does. But one thing is, don't wash it with soap. Wash it with shampoo, and get shampoo that doesn't have the what are they called? The Laurel. There's certain kinds of shampoo that sterolortherate. I can't remember what the name of the stuff is, but it really dries out beard hair. So a beard shampoo is very important, and condition the hell out of it. My face smells amazing. And getting itchy is you get past a certain point, right? At first, when you're first growing it out, it does get itchy. You got to get past that point, and then it stops being itchy and you become used to it. But then when you let it grow again, like I did, like I used to keep it pretty trimmed up, like way up here. And when I lately, it has gotten sort of itchy. Has gotten sort of itchy. So who's the special guest, Jeremy? I am. You guys are going to interview me. Again, I did have a few people um, uh, volunteer. I had a couple of people volunteer, and I do appreciate you. You know who you are, and I have added you to my list of people to interview. I had 3 cancellations total today for the stream. Things came up for 3 different people, and after the third person, I just said, you know what, I'm just going to do this. I just said I'm not going to mess with it for this one time. It's you guys are going to interview me. You can ask me any questions that you like in the chat, and I will answer everything uh, as honestly as I can. Matt, top or bottom? Okay, whatever, whatever. Different times, Got to change things up. Oh, it just froze on me. Just froze on me. All right, there we go. Man, it is running very slow. Here, let me close some of these other things out. Maybe that'll help. Okay. Let me scroll back up and get there. Okay, we got that. Top or bottom, we said yes, and whatever. Just depends on the day and the night. You know, you've been with somebody for 30 plus years. You like to play around and do different things after, so you don't want to get bored with your loved ones, and 30 years is a long time to be with somebody. So, you know, let's see. Mass shooting at local high school, Lumpy Dog. Oh, I did see that. I did see that. And it was like a 15-year-old boy. This country. I'm not even going to get into it. Uh, we could make changes. That's all I'm going to say. Um, okay, so and if you would, please do the at Rico stand for me, if you would, so it pops out, so I see it. I don't want to get too far behind in chat like I do in the daytime. We're going to try and keep it up there towards the front. Bex, what's your guilty pleasure? I have no guilty pleasures. I do have a lot of pleasures, though. I don't feel guilty about doing anything because I'm retired and I do what the hell I want. So I have a lot of pleasures, but nothing really guilty. Nothing I feel guilty about doing. Well, maybe sometimes this is a little bit too much. Like I should go out and maybe do some housework, do some chores around the house and help out more around the house. So doing this, I feel a little guilty sometimes because I don't do some chores that I should help with. So I like doing a lot of stuff though. I love watching movies and TV. I love hiking. Used to love camping. Used to love kayaking. Kayaking was my life for a very, very long time, and did thousands of miles in my kayak. Um, but actual guilty pleasure. I mean, I like to read comic books. I read a lot. Video games. I play. So I don't have any guilty pleasures. There's nothing that I really feel guilty about. It's just anything that I do too much of and don't take care of helping out around the house because I'm bad at that. I am. I don't. I should be doing more laundry. I should be doing more sweeping the floors. I should be doing more to help out around the house. So there, I have some guilt about that. There we go. And it's 10:30 a.m. Oh, that's a good time then, Mark. That's a good time. That's not bad at all. We said hi to Ian. There's Skull. What's going on? Did we say hi to Paul and George? Paul and George. Hey, and one's Paul McCarthy, and the other one's George, and he's from the UK. So we got Paul and George in the house. Michael A., what's your real nickname in college? Uh, would have been Rico Suave was my real nickname around that time because of that song. Because of that. No, wait. Let me think that through. Because that was actually later. Um, no, because that would have been later, the Rico Suave thing. So, um, man, I don't think I really had a nickname in college. I think people just called me Rick at that time. I don't think I really had any nicknames. Um, Elementary school, people called me, nicknames, how people do. Rick, you can imagine what they called me. And my last name, I'm not going to say it, but it rhymes with something as well. So, um, just the hurtful type of nicknames. But I don't think I had any nicknames actually in college. I don't really think I had a single nickname, to be honest. That's always just been a joke. And I don't remember where I first heard that. I didn't make it up, obviously. I read it or saw it, or somebody said that was my nickname in college, and I was like, oh, that's funny. And then somebody said it in a FishFam stream one time, and I ran with it, and now it's got a life of its own. And hi, Michael A. So I don't think I ever actually had. I don't remember a nickname in college because the Rico Suave would have been in the '90s. I think it came out. I think that song came out like in '91. So a lot of the same people that I was in college with would have called me that, but not in college. Does that make sense? Is he focusing on himself again? I am, Geek Boy. I am indeed. I am indeed. I have no guest. Yeah, I asked one person, a very good friend of mine, and she just said never. She said never. So I told her I was going to punch her in the tit. And she said, hey, any action is action. She knows who she is. Got to be Blues Brothers for a movie. My dad and I golfed the same course as Matt, Guitar Murphy, growing up. Blues Brothers is a good movie. I definitely like it. Hey, Rico and not Trevor. What's going on, Steven? Uh, Blues Brothers is a good movie. What was the first talking movie you saw? Luffy Dog. Let me try and think of the first movie that I saw. Might have, I think it probably was the animated Disney movie, the Robin Hood with the fox, and that I think that might have been the first movie that I saw. What year did that come out? Let's look and see, shall we? Um, I remember going to the drive-in as a very uh, that's about 18 or 20, somewhere around there, and having nightmares about a movie, Food of the Gods. 1973, that could have been it then. That wouldn't have been the first movie. That's the first movie I remember, but I would have been, yeah, I would have been like 15. So um, that couldn't have been the first movie. It's one of the first I remember, though, was Robin Hood, the animation. Um, I remember seeing that. I'm trying to think if there was something else. Some of the Herbie, Love Bug movies. I remember those being younger. Um, Journey to the Center of the Earth. There was one. There was a horror movie. Triffids, Day of the Triffids. I remember that one. That one scared me. When did that one come out? Day of the Triffids. Let's see. That says it came out. Oh, that was a TV show series. Where's the actual movie? Film 1962. So that was probably my first movie then, and I didn't see it when it came out because, yeah, I'm sure my parents didn't take me to a horror movie when I was 4. So that's probably the first movie I saw, though, The Day of the Triffids, and I probably saw it when I was around 10 or so. The Day of the Triffids. I said Triffids. It's Triffids. Let's see. So that's the first movie. I am pretty self-absorbed, and I will agree with that. Vanosky Tanks, what's going on? Those leggings are gold. Got to get some for Cat. $50 though, man. I wish I could change the price. Maybe I can. Maybe I can change the price. I'll go look at that because maybe I make $6 or something on them, and I will drop the price, whatever that is. Um, $50 to me. I know Kelly Foreman said that's not a lot to spend on yoga pants. I don't know. She said that wasn't expensive for yoga pants. So, but are they yoga pants or are they just leggings? I mean, I know they're close to the same thing, but are they? Let's see. Easy green for the beard. I wonder if that works. Um, Everybody's saying hi. There's Papa Shrimp. What's up, dude? What's up, Jerry? And Jerry, if the mods don't mind dropping Jerry's link, Papa Shrimp, to his store on the Stock My Tank, he could use, if you're looking for shrimp, he could use a little help by you buying some of his shrimp right now. Outdoors with Big Matt. What's up, dude? Larry D Aquatic. So Larry D has 2 channels now. He split off his one channel. He's going to do the hot sauce and all the horror stuff on one channel, and he's going to have Larry D Aquatics on the other one. So uh, go over there and watch that video. He talks about it, and there's also a link on there to his new one. If you could become a fish, what would it be? Oh, that's a good one, S. S. That's funny. If I could become a fish, what would I be? I don't know. Probably like a dolphin. I think a dolphin. Yeah, that's probably what I would be. Is that considered a fish? That's not really a fish. Are you going to include that in your fishy thing, or does it have to be specifically a fish? Let's see. Yes, and if you'd like to sign up for the Focus on interviews, email me. Again, today, Trevor couldn't make it. And then I had another person lined up, and then something came up for them. And then a third person lined up, and something came up for them. And I did have some people, two other people, volunteered. But it was getting close to time to go, and I didn't want to reach back out to them. And so that's why we're doing this. But if you'd like to be a Focus on interview victim, please hit that link, the email, 637. Myrtle dropped it. Rico at ricostand.com. Shoot me an email. Let me know that you want to do it. You'll let me interview you. And we're looking at probably late January right now, unless we get some more, unless we get some more cancellations. Okay. Got to wait for it to jump again. How far behind am I? It looks like I'm about 10 minutes behind. Okay. Today's guest is Rico Stan. Let's see. Oh, I gotta scroll back up. There we go. We got the fish. Okay. ABC, what's going on? Robert wants to know if I've kept a beard all the time. So I've had a beard since about 2000. Yeah, about 2000. Since about 2000. I did shave it mostly off once. In fact, I shaved my head once as well. Right after I retired, I had very, very long hair, and I shaved my head. And one person has seen the video, and that is Chattanooga Ed. I showed it to him just the other day because I found it. I asked some friends in one of the places where I hang out, and if I could get a promise from everybody that it wouldn't be shared anywhere else, that nobody else would see it. And not one single person promised. Not one single person promised to not share it. So I did not post it there. You people know who you are. So I've had a beard for since 2000 or so. Favorite place for wings in your area? Probably Captain Jack's. Not that the wings are all that special. They're good. They're more than decent. I just like going there. There's live music. It's right on Sodus Bay, which is not too far from me. It's just a few miles. Actually, if we could drive straight there, it would be like a 10-minute trip. But we've got to go down and around the bays to get over to it. So Captain Jack's in Sodus Bay would be my Sodus Point, not Sodus Bay, Sodus Point. Captain Jack's and Sodus Point would be my favorite place to get wings. They have live music. It's right on the water. It's really cool. The whole place it's just all natural wood inside. It's got a bar that's a lot of fun, but it's also, it's a restaurant with decent food and stuff. And their wings were pretty good. Okay, we got the real nickname. Jeremy asked. Yep, we didn't really have one. And if Jeremy, in case you missed it, I had to think about it. I don't think I had a nickname in college. I don't think I had one. I got the nickname Rico from the song Rico Suave after college. So it was in the 90s when I got that, early 90s. Whenever that song came out, my friends started calling me Rico Suave because of that song. And that part stuck. Am I going to make tennis shoes? Melvin, I saw those on there, and I just think that they're so expensive, and I don't know what the quality is, and I don't know. I might make those just for a hoot, just because I might. I don't know. Myrtle has a good question too. How much funding do you need to get the Loctite system to the masses? Masses. You need to take the M off of that. Get the Loctite system to the asses is what that should have said, Myrtle. You had a chance right there to make a very funny joke, and you messed it up. You messed it up, dude. I'm very highly disappointed in you. Okay, let's see. And hi to anybody I missed. Again, we don't have a guest tonight. Trevor had something come up, and then the two people that were going to fill in for Trevor both had something come up as well. I did have some offers from a couple of people, and I do appreciate those offers. But it was so late; the last person had to drop out like an hour before, and I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna. You guys just get to ask me questions for tonight, and again, I'll answer anything as honest as I can. Doesn't matter what it is, across the board. You can ask me the most embarrassing question, and I will answer that for you. Mark Stilson, play around. Good one on taking the wife golfing. um, Matt, become a member today and be rewarded with nothing. Yes, you'll get nothing and you'll like it. ABC. Oh, here's a good question. Favorite book, and this is a lot like the movies and the TV shows, and I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. I can't. I can't pick a favorite book. Again, I love to read. I set myself a goal of 100 books a year. Um, my wife said, "Focus, you're getting behind." I don't know if she's saying I'm going to get some behind or what, but she said, "Focus, you're getting behind." Well, that's what it is. It's 15 minutes behind is the sweet spot. Uh, I read a lot of fantasy, a lot of sci-fi, but I also like history. I like biographies, especially like of rock stars and stuff. Like I read Bob Dylan's bunch of different Bob Dylan biographies. Uh, you know, um, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, each of their biographies and stuff. I like reading biographies, history, um, alternative history, um, you name it. And I give myself a goal of 100 books a year, but I haven't hit it the last couple years. Last couple years, I haven't come close to hitting it. But Lord of the Rings, Wheel of Time, uh, Kingslayer, all your high fantasy. I love epic fantasy. Where there's 10 books in the series, and it just, you could really sink your teeth into it, and it's a whole world that they really build. It's not just superficial. And I read those too. I mean, I like the little Andre Norton type stuff, but I really, really like really deep fantasy. If I had to pick one genre, that would be it. That would be it. But there's not much I don't like to read, really, to be honest. There's not much. Uh, or hosting the Tug of War event annually, Myrtle. What would be my last meal? Probably sushi, like a lot of sushi, followed up with maybe two pieces of pie, two different types of pie. Which ones? I don't know. Because again, it's just like the other stuff. I have a hard time picking my favorites because that sounds really good. And then this one sounds really good. Then I want it all. I want it all. I want everything and anything all of the time. Gordon on cheese is Rico's guilty pleasure. Direct Rico questions to Patty. When you have anxiety, every pleasure is a guilty pleasure. Gotcha. I could see that. I could see that definitely. Yeah, that's Stephen and I didn't even take that into account. And anxiety is a part of my life. It definitely is. It's not super bad all the time. My voice got really high again. All the time? Sometimes though. Sometimes it's an issue. So we got that. Rico not helping with the housework is a guilty pleasure. Michelle, you hear that? She is here. She is here. She's listening. I don't know if she's talking, but she is here listening. So, and of course, I didn't mean it as a guilty pleasure. I just meant it's something I was guilty of. And George, Aquarium Gallery, says he's only half an hour away from the Beatles' home city. My daughter has been there. My daughter's been to John Lennon's home, childhood home. And she's been to, Strawberry Fields and all those places. And we both have tattoos. Yep. There it is. I've got John Lennon. She's got Paul McCartney. And she got those for me for Father's Day. So that was very cool. Okay, where are we at? There's Bex. Hi, Bex. Do you consider your biggest inspiration? Who do you consider your biggest inspiration? As there's anyone you really look up to, aspire to be like, yes. Not so much these days, but when I was younger and I was, I had goals. I don't really have goals so much these days. My goal is just to make it through the day most of the days now. But when I was younger and I was still working and all that kind of stuff. Walter Payton. Walter Payton was a huge inspiration to me. Walter Payton, his work ethic. So Walter Payton is a football player for the Chicago Bears. He was. He passed away. Um, he had a HIV like disease. Um, he though he played football for 13 years and he missed one game in 13 years as a running back. If you know anything about football, running backs get hurt quite often, and if they can complete a full season, it's not special, but that's a big deal. I mean, hey, he made it the whole season. That's cool. They do. I'm not saying that's ultra special, but he did. 13 years the man played football and he missed one single game, and it wasn't his choice. The coach wouldn't let him play. He set the record for most yardage in a game, most running yardage in a game against the Vikings, 274 yards. And the day he did it, he had the flu and he had a 104-degree temperature. They call it the flu game. 104-degree temperature, and he ran for 274 yards against the Vikings. Um, his work ethic was just something it was just amazing. There was nobody like him at the time. Nobody. And so he's always been an inspiration to me. And I never had that work ethic. I did not. If I had a cold, I was staying home from work. But not so much because, well, I'm lazy. I'm a lazy man. I've always been a lazy man. But also because I didn't want to get my coworkers sick. Um, you know, let's see. So the interview tables have turned. Yes. Yes, Richard McCarthy. Audra Meyer, hi there. Got my Rico Stan shirt and my hubby shook his head and asked if it was Harry Henderson. Yes, Audra. And that's funny because, well, I've gotten that before, obviously. And Harry Henderson was Bigfoot. Harry and the Hendersons, he was Bigfoot. But when Kenny and Danny from Daniken, they dressed up as Danny was Chattanooga Ed and Kenny was me. They used that Harry Henderson thumbnail. He's wearing sunglasses, and Kenny has that shirt too. Danny bought it for him and said that it reminded her of me. So that's funny that he asked if it was Harry Henderson. Matt says, we're at Tuesday evening. How many live streams in this week already? 3. No. This is the fourth. This is the fourth. So I did an hour-long one yesterday to talk about FishFam Christmas. And then I did my one with Chattanooga Ed yesterday. And then I did a afternoon delight, Chatternoon delight today. And now this one. So Tuesday, we're at 4 already. Melvin. So Rico Stan, comic books are you reading now? Books from 70s, 80s, 90s, and up, Marvel, DC, Image. So I haven't been reading a lot of comic books lately, but most of the stuff I have is that I've been reading more recently is 2000s. 2000, actually, probably 2010 and up is where I'm at right now. And most of it is indie comics. My favorite one, and I took the thing down, but my favorite comic book is Atomic Robo. It's an indie comic. You can go to atomic-robo.com and read it all there. But it's a robot who was created by Nikolai Tesla and wears pants and shoots a gun and has a nemesis who is a dinosaur, time-traveling dinosaur. It's just dumb, and I just love it so much. I absolutely love it, and it's suitable for anybody. I mean, kids. It's definitely suitable for kids, But he does stuff with violent science. He'll make some kind of weird gun or something, and he calls it violent science. And I don't know. I just really enjoy the comic books a lot. Favorite comic book series, Ricky? Yeah, I just answered that one, so got you two both in the same thing there. What do you think about these automobiles? Pretty wild, right? I don't know what you're saying, Steven. Day of the Triffids. Patty got it. Don't forget, yep, got that. What was my least favorite job? So that's from John, My Fish Tanks Aquatics. Least favorite job. Probably probably fast food. I did the fast food stuff when I was a kid. I worked at a Taco Bell for a day. I'm trying to think if there was anything I just absolutely hated. I was a janitor for a spa gym. That was not a lot of fun. Didn't really like that too much. That was a pretty crappy job. And my boss used to mess with me all the time because there was a girl who was doing like an aerobics class or something. I don't remember what she was teaching, some class, and she was wearing, workout clothes, very tight leggings and stuff. And there's all mirrors on the one wall behind her. And every time she would do the class, my boss would tell me to go clean the mirrors behind her. And she's often bending over and stuff. And one time, no, I can't tell you. Nothing bad, nothing bad. It just he was always trying to embarrass me. I was young. um I was probably about 19 or so, 19 or 20, around there, and he was trying to embarrass me um by having me do that. um but I don't know if that was the least favorite job. It was a pretty crappy job. I did construction work, and actually that wasn't bad. I'm going to say the fast food places. They're still, for people who've never worked at one, especially back then, they were still, uh, there's still stress involved. I know you're just making burgers and nobody's going to die if you, well, I suppose if you did do it wrong, you could kill somebody, but um, it's still a job and you still want to do it right. And it's very high pressure when it gets busy and there's stuff happening and everything's going on. It can be stressful, and it's shitty pay. You're usually minimum wage or a few bucks above that, $1.75 an hour. Um, I'd probably say fast food places was my least favorite job. And there's probably one in there that I hated more than that, but that's the one that really sticks out to me, is all of those. There's Joe Stan. What's going on, Joe Stan? And again, for people, we don't have a guest tonight. Um, I had 3 cancellations, and I did have a couple of people offer, but it was very late, and I just decided to go ahead and do this. So you guys are interviewing me tonight. Any questions at all, and I will answer them as honest as possible, regardless of what the subject is or how bad it looks for me. You ask me the question, I will do my best to answer it. Let's see. Yoga pants are supposed to be like those loose, I don't know, when leggings turned into yoga pants. And I don't know anything about it. So Kelly Foreman is our expert there, I think. I'm sure other people do it too. And thank you for dropping Papa Shrimp's link. Yep, Matt and Myrtle both got it. Again, he's looking for a little help, basically, but he doesn't want people to donate to him to help him. He'd rather you buy some of his shrimp. So if you're in the market for shrimp, Papa Shrimp has great shrimp. He knows his shrimp. So I'm going to just keep saying shrimp. Let's see. Lumpy Dog. Parents took me to see Food of the Gods and Logan Run. That was a good movie. Those crazy hippie parents. Logan's Run was a great movie. I love that one. That was one of my favorites. Probably because Farrah was in it too, and I was a big fan of Farrah Fawcett. Always a big fan of her. Her and Susan. I don't remember what her name is now. Susan. I remember the poster. I remember the poster. She was in some movie where she was like a runner or something. I had that poster on my wall for a lot of years when I was a young man. Um, okay, let's see. Label is distracted. Hey there. Hi. Hi, Holly, freaky fish lady. If I wore those yoga pants, Rico's face would have a double chin. Hey, true to life. Just because you can't see it, don't mean it's not there. Dee Dee. I got to scroll back up. I am so far behind. Oh, wow. Look at that. King and Queen cichlids. I apologize for anybody who I am behind in the chat. That's the way it is. I usually stay about 15 minutes behind. So if you've come in or you dropped a super chat and I haven't said hi or anything, that's why. We are. Um, Let me see, how far behind are we? I guess I need to jump up a little bit. Wow, I'm very far behind now. Actually, I can't even go back up to the top of the chat. I'm so far behind. 650. There's a lot of people in here. There's 75 people in here. Wow, that's crazy. I'm sorry. Again, normally the focus on is me interviewing somebody else, but I had 3 cancellations today. So you guys are interviewing me. And I apologize. It's not the normal show you're used to, but all right. So I'm going to jump down here a little bit. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to go. Uh, there's my wife. There we go. Uh, 653, the Mara is my wife, Michelle. She says, "Why the hell do you like turtleneck shirts?" I don't know. I don't know why. Why don't you like turtleneck shirts? Is it too disjointed? Too disjointed. I read something else. Is it too confining? I like, this isn't a turtleneck. This is just a t-shirt, just so people know. Uh, but I don't know why I like turtleneck shirts. I just like high collars. I like this. Used to, this shirt, this sweater is very old, but it used to have a very high collar. It stood way up. I like high collars on things. I don't know why. Maybe it makes me feel safe and secure. Did you ever think of that, Miss Mara? God, so rude. Okay, scrolling down. You know what? I'm going to get down. Am I live streaming with pants on? I am indeed. I've never once live streamed without either shorts or pants on. Not one single time. And again, because this chair is leather. And that's just gross. It's just gross. You don't want stuff sticking to leather. And at my age, there's a lot of stuff there that can stick to leather, you know? Uh, and King and Queen Cichlids, I'm down to that. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Been wanting to give you this for a while. I really enjoy your live streams. Keep up the great work. Huge fan. Wow, that means a lot coming from you. I'm assuming that's you, Scott. That means a lot. And I did get to meet Scott very, very briefly at the Keystone Clash. But thank you very much for the super chat, and thanks for the kind words. I really do appreciate that. And I do need to get you up here. Let me finish that sentence. I need to get you up here to do an interview at some point as well. Yes, Richard McCarthy. I have read the Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire books. Yep, I like them a lot. I read them all way before the series started. Enjoyed the hell out of them. They are amongst my favorite books in fantasy. I like that they're so realistic as far as good people do bad things and bad people do good things. And there's a lot of gray in between. And there's a lot of bad things that people do, but you understand why they did them. He's very good at writing that part of the human condition. George, his name, George there. Rico appreciates it and will be sure to waste it. Let's see. What's going on. Again, if you would do those, at Rico Stand, so it pops out. I'll have crab stuffed lobster, so I can go into. Oh, you are, Alishon. Are you allergic to all seafood, or is it just shellfish? Don't be so shellfish. Did you just say sushi pie? I did not, Jeffrey Watson. Hey, how you doing? I said sushi followed up by pie. You can have them separate. Just cleanse the palate. Eat some crackers. Liverpool City, George said. All right. Who else did I miss? I see you, Dee Dee, getting badgered by the lonely men. Richard McCarthy. Not so much these days, but when I had hope. That's pretty much, Richard. That we were talking about inspiration. And when I was looking for inspiration, when I needed the inspiration, Walter Payton was there, Okay. Susan. Oh, Susan, hey. I missed you coming in, Susan. I'm so sorry that I missed you leaving too. Thanks for being here, Susan. Always appreciate seeing you. Scary Terry, hi there. And I probably missed anything you posted up above. I did miss quite a bit of stuff. Uh, yeah, King Queen Cichlids, and Walter didn't run to the sideline. He fought to get every yard. He did. He'd only go out of bounds when he needed to go out of bounds, to stop the clock or whatever. But he loved. He said that his favorite part of the game was when blocking. He loved to block. Blocking was Walter's favorite part of the game, even though he was this amazing runner. Um, watch some of his footage on YouTube. Um, look up Walter Payton's best runs. Sounds horrible. Um, and you'll see the guy just had some amazing. He carried 5 people on his back, and uh, but his favorite part of the game was blocking. He loved when he got to hit somebody else, but somebody would hit him and knock him down, and he would jump back up, pick that guy up, and say, "Good hit," That's why they called him Sweetness, because on the field he was a monster, but he still had a lot of sportsmanship. A lot of sportsmanship. Hey, Rocco, what's going on? Um, okay. Football worshiping house, good choice. Beck says. Hey, there's Jess. Hi, Jess. All the cool kids coming in, man. Big Papa Shrimp, how you liking the new nickname? Big Papa. um, King and Queen. Oh yes, but I was just so far behind, Scott. That's what it is. And I do see them pop up, but I try my best not to focus on them because I've got StreamYard over here and I've got YouTube over here, and I'm doing the YouTube chat, and I try not to focus on the super chats. And I appreciate the hell out of them. Don't get me wrong, but they'll distract me and I'll just get farther behind in the chat. Okay. 15 minutes after they show up. Yep. Myrtle said it. Mountaintop Puffer Keeper, what's going on? Jury duty tomorrow for the county of 25,000 people. What to do if not needed? That's what we have a county like that too. The county I worked for had 35,000 people in it. It's just south of where we live now. Do we count the Monday night non-stream and Rico stream count for the week? No, because I never went into that one. So that one does not count, John. Select Pat. Okay, everybody's still saying how that loud horn honked again outside and startled me. I guess that's going to be Tuesday evenings from now. Wonder why, Stephen. I remember that. But it was earlier last time because we were on that other stream together when that happened, and that was around 5:30 or so. But it's going to be it's going to be every Tuesday, which is just weird. Maybe the person is dropping something off. What's up, Fanaticals? Papa Shrimp says, have you ever read any indie comics by Dead Dog Comics or seen the comic artist signature on Mojo? He's a friend of mine, did the horror genre. Excuse me. I don't think so, Papa Shrimp. No, Dead Dog Comics. And we're going to look it up just real quick and see if I know any of those. They don't sound familiar at all. But I do know a few of the more indie side, like Coheed and Cambria. They have their comic books. So Dead Dog Comics, let's see, do they have an actual website? Dead Dogs Bite, Dead Dog Comics and Entertainment. So they don't have an actual website, it looks like. This one is just about the business itself, so it's probably not going to tell me a whole lot, but I'm hoping it's got a website. Sorry, bear with me. Registered agent Chaz DeMoss is the owner. Yeah. I'm not familiar with them, Papa Shrimp. I don't read a lot of the horror genre, though. That's Larry D's forte. That's his world. I don't read or watch much horror anymore. I mean, I read him back in the day, Stephen King, Robert R. McCammon. I don't know if those are really horror. They're close, I guess. But I don't read a lot of the horror stuff. Crossed by same guy who did The Boys, Grant. He's the same artist or same author who did The Boys. I've read his Crossed series, and that's pretty horrifying. There's a lot there. That's pretty bad. Um, okay, so scrolling down, looking for the at Rico stands. She could keep an eye on the super chats. Gotcha. Yeah, it would be nice. Um, it would be nice, and it's all still new to me too. It's only been what, a week? Last last Tuesday. Yeah, today's a week. Today's a week since I started getting super chats. Very cool. So yeah, it's only been a week since I had them. So maybe I'll start doing them differently in the future. Like I said, maybe I do get them. I've got StreamYard popped up over here, and it's on the bottom of the chat, so I would get them a lot quicker. So that's something to think about, something to work on, just for those times when somebody's just dropping in for a minute and they give a super chat and then leave, and I don't get to say hi or anything. Solo baby, way cool, Rico. Rocco. Um, okay, there we go. Sorry. Um, I got to jump back up. Okay, got that. Um, Scott says, I'm out, guys. Tell Rico Stan I was here. Thanks, Scott. He's already gone. Dream car or vehicle? Oh, man, I don't care. I'm not a car guy. I mean, I see cars once in a while, like Lamborghinis and Ferraris. I'm like, oh, that's a nice looking car. But not a big car guy. I mean, I do have a Volkswagen tattoo. I did have a lot of Volkswagens when I was a kid. Loved the Volkswagens. I had Bajas that we took off roading. I had a show bug. Um, yeah, I do like the old. So probably like a Volkswagen bus, one with the Safari windows. I've never had one of those, so that might be. But I would want it with uh, modern amenities added in. You know what I mean? Brakes, probably a better engine. But I like the shell. So that would probably be it. Again, I've seen cars that I'm like, wow, that's cool. Some bigger off-road vehicles and stuff, not like monster trucks, but yeah, I'm just not a car guy at all. So I really don't have a dream car or vehicle at all. Um, can we see some of your tanks? Yep, they're all right here. You're seeing them. It's too much of a pain in the ass to do it while I'm doing this. Um, I have put some videos out, and I can make another one, or maybe I'll set it up beforehand, get some of my phones set up in front of the different tanks, and then switch over to them in the stream. Maybe I'll try and do that. Maybe this week, we'll see. Try and do that Chatter Noon Delight with that. Show you some of the stuff in the tanks. But yeah, there they are. Seeing Logan run in the cinema must have been cool. Yeah, it definitely was. Balchinian. Balchinian. Let's see. Get the whip out. M&C, what's going on? Okay. Fishymon likes it behind. There's GRB. What's happening? Wet or dry? Depends. And no, I'm not talking about my Depends. I don't wear Depends yet. Depends on what we're talking about. Depends on what we're talking about. There's something to be said for both of them, depending on what topic we're at. Amanda Jean, hi there. What's your gateway fish? The one that made you get an aquarium? Well, see, I don't remember because I got my. So this, I'll go with this time around, because I don't remember what it was when I was a kid when I first had aquariums, because that was a very, very long time ago. So I'll go with this time around, and I'm going to say guppies. Pretty sure it was guppies. Again, so it's tied to comic books. There's a comic book writer. His name is Greg Pak, Pak. I follow him on Twitter. He's a good artist, good writer, and I've been following him for a long time. And he started showing some pictures of his tanks and stuff. He got back into fish tanks. I was like, wow, those look really cool. And I remembered having them as a kid, and he was showing off some of the guppies and stuff that he had. And I was like, it was right after I retired, and well, no, it was at least a year after I retired, and I was like, um, I want to get back into that. So, and I knew that we had tanks in the basement, so I had the kids bring up the two that I had, and guppies was the first thing. So I'm going to say guppies was the gateway fish, really, that got me back into it. But I don't know that I got back into it because of those fish. I think it was just I remembered having guppies and knew basically how to take care of them. Still, I remembered. Um, ABC says my first live stream will be with your yoga pants on. That's gonna be funny. You're gonna have to stand up so people can see it. Okay, let's see. Scrolling down now. If you can remake and star in any movie, what would it be? That's one of Fishy Biz's questions. And I answered that for him, and I said Apocalypse Now, and I would have the horror, the horror. I would be Marlon Brando's role at the end. So that's my answer to that one. Joseph Stanley, I see the Joe Stan. I see the $1.99 super chat. Thanks, dude. Thank you so much. Just says, hey, bud, back at you. And I did what I said I wasn't going to do. I looked over on the StreamYard side to see it. I guess that's what I'll do from now on is pay attention to it a little bit more so that I can see them over there. I just want to sit and chat and say hi to everyone in chat. I worked all day, now cooking dinner. I hate having to adult. All right. And it jumped on me again. Okay, we got that. Okay, we got Ricky's question. There's Levi. What's going on, Levi? Kelly Foreman. Hey there. Just back from yoga. GRB says Walter Payton is a hero and my favorite player ever. So inspirational. All I did. So sad to lose him. Yep, I'm right with you, man. He's my favorite too. I don't know where I put it. I have actually one of his little statues, good size statue, over here somewhere. I missed that. My wife said Joseph Stanley also said interview your wife in the chat. I would love to. Michelle, come on in. She won't do it. She won't get up here. She's been in one live stream, but it was a private live stream where myself and Michelle and Stephen and Stephen and I'm just reading her stuff. Stephen and Jenna, when we were talking about because we want to coordinate our giveaways for the 1,000 thing for after the first of the year. Because we were in that contest together to see who could get there first and everything. And also we're going to be sharing an Airbnb for the Triple Crown. So I wanted her to meet them and for them to meet her. So that was the only time she's ever been on video. She says she'd be a boring interview. I disagree. But, it's funny because every person, just about every person that I've asked to come up and let me interview them has said the same thing. Why do you want to interview me? I'm boring. Everybody thinks they're boring, but they're not. People aren't boring. You live your life your way and you see things through your eyes. And it's always interesting to get that other point of view and how you see the world. That's amazing. Ben says, what's your favorite car? New or old, doesn't matter. I'm going to go with the ones. So my favorite car that I ever owned was the Volkswagens. I also had a little 240Z that I traded my last Volkswagen for. That was a fun little car, but I didn't have it for very long. Ricky says he's got some friends that work for Empire Comic. I like to do it in an uncomfortable place. Oh, shit. Kenneth Steele, when you said you made it through all the porn, did you mean really all, like every single one? Obviously it was a joke. I don't think because there's so much porn being made every day. What was that in the Aquatic Morning Show? I don't know. I was just being stupid. I was just having fun saying that that was my accomplishment. I just finished all the porn, and everybody's like, well, what about this kind? And I was like, all the porn. And they're like, what about this kind? All the porn. Excuse me. Select Pet, maybe have a new membership tier that the person that joins at that level gets to be co-host and call out super chats. Hell no. I don't. I don't want an all the time co-host other than my buddy Chattanooga Ed on those streams. Um, I Co-hosts make it difficult to deal with the chat because you end up talking more to the co-host than you do to you guys, and that's been my thing. Is we do the interview with people, but my whole shtick has really been about dealing with the chat and talking to you guys. Um, I really enjoy that part of it. So when I do have somebody up here, then the chat gets ignored, and I feel like I'm not doing right by you guys, because you guys are why we do this. That's why the whole thing happens. Is because of the people in the chat, the FishFam. That's why I don't like having like in the daytime. You rarely. I mean, I did. Kelly Foreman came up. We did the focus on, but you rarely see me bring a guest up for my daytime streams. Every other stream in the daytime is a panel, other than the Aquatic Morning Show. That's a specific one too. But um, any of the pop-up streams, every one of them, they're all panels, and they're all people up there talking and not really paying attention to the chat. And to me, that's the wrong way to go about it. I mean, you do you. Whatever works for you is fine, right? But I think the chat is very important and needs to be focused on a little bit more. Are those Christmas lights surrounding the tank frames? No, they're just those strip lights. They can change all different colors. Um, I keep them at green because they look the best back there. But it's just those those tape. That's a strip light that's got tape on one side. Super cheap. You can make them do chase each other and change the colors and do all that stuff. But yeah, Scary Terry said LED strip lights. Yep, you got that right. Yep. All right. I'm scrolling down looking for more. And we are at the hour mark. And I would definitely, if Michelle would come in here, I would definitely interview her. Or if she turns on her camera out there and let me know. I would. She won't do it though. She's chicken. Bucket, buck, 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 bucket, chicken, bucket, buck, 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 chicken. What's going on, John Oliver? In the middle of unboxing. Yeah, I saw you were at the airport before. Imported guppies and shrimp. Looking forward to seeing what you got there, man. Are we still on for the 7th? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are next up, right? Yeah, the 7th is the next show. Yes. And is the 7th a Tuesday? Because I did the other one wrong. Is that a Tuesday? Let's look right now before I forget. Yes, the 7th is correct. So John Oliver is our next focus on person, and then on the 14th, the following Tuesday, we have Geek Boy. Geek Boy is our last focus on for the year. I'm not going to do any of the last 2 weeks of the year, because I'll be doing so many streams with the FishFam Christmas thing. So we're not going to do any there. But the very first live stream and very first focus on in January will be Irene from Girl Talks Fish. And then Dean's Fish Room will be very, very close after that. And then Trevor Grigori, who couldn't make it tonight, will be also in that mix somewhere as well. So those are our next few. You got quite a few in there. Joe Stan says he's not boring, he's annoying. Visine, what's going on? Let's see. Okay, scrolling down again, just looking for the I'm looking for the at Rico Stan with any questions. And if we're getting towards the end, we did do an hour. Jeremy, if you could visit any country, where would it be and why? Oh, there's a good one. See, some of these things I've never thought about before. I don't like to travel much these days. It's not the going other places, it's the getting to the other places. If we had like the Star Trek thing, I could just beam somewhere, awesome. I'd be all over that, and I would travel everywhere. But getting into a car or a boat or a plane and going places. I don't even like going to the store that's 20 miles away, So Paul McCarthy's taking off. He's going to say goodnight. Really late for him. Thanks for being here, Paul. Appreciate it. And Paul's in Wales, so it's cool that we have very global fish fam community. So what country would it be? Man, so many places I'd like to visit all over Europe. I've never been to Europe. Never. I haven't been out and out North America. Mexico, been to quite often. Been to Canada a few times. Um, huh. So pretty much all of Europe, I would like to see. Man, I don't know if you could visit any country. Where would it be? All of them. And I'd like to experience all the different cultures, see how those people do things differently. I don't think that just because we're Americans, and it's going to upset some of you, that we do things the best. I think that we have a lot of room to grow, and that we could learn some stuff from other cultures. Um, and I would like to experience those other cultures. I'd like to go someplace where there's no people. So like just Michelle and myself, we kayak to like a deserted island where somebody comes in, they fly in and they put out a catered meal every day, and we've got a yurt that we live on the beach. I'd like to stay there for a week, no people around. But there's no one single country that stands out. I suck at these, don't I? I told you I don't have a lot of very, very strong opinions about a lot of stuff. I'm very easygoing, really. When it comes to if I like something or not, it's very easygoing. I have a hard time when I watch some of the streams and people are talking really negative about movies that they saw, and all they're focusing on is the stuff that they hated. And I'm like, well, if you didn't like it, just move along. Find something that you do like, and let's talk about that instead. And it's that I feel with a lot of stuff. I'm just not. I don't have super strong opinions about certain things like that. You know, I'd like to go everywhere and see everything. It's not a very good question or a very good answer, is it, Jeremy? I'm sorry. Michelle says, yeah, that's not going to work. No way I'm showing my scary, tired face on camera. Scary. Psst. Girl, what is your dream fish or tank? Here we go again. Here we go again. Not going to have a very easy time answering that. I would like to have a bigger tank, maybe a 125, and a few schools of nanofish, a few different kinds in there. I don't have like any kind of big fish that I really want to get. I like fish that maybe they're not exactly nanos, because like I have the Bosemani's over here and the roseline sharks or Denison barbs. I those are nice, and those are 4-inch fish. So I would like just a bigger tank, like a 125. Just some schooling fish in there. Um, Shrimp, that'd be cool. A massive community tank is what I would love. Something that's like a whole bunch of different stuff living well together. Uh, and all different kinds of things that could live together well and thrive. Like really something that is a whole biotope. It's the whole thing. It's a little slice of that part of the world, or whatever, different parts of the world, but all works good together. Let's see. Are you driving to Louisville next July? Yes. Canasteel, I'm pretty sure, 99% sure we are driving. We'll probably drive like 8 hours down. I think it's like about 11-hour drive, 11 and a half, something like that. So I was thinking we'll probably drive like 8 hours and then stay the night, find a hotel. And then that way the next morning it's a shorter trip to get there. Indica, sativa, or hybrid? I don't really know. I'll take whatever. Again, it's legalized here. It's medicinal for me, and I don't know the real differences between the different types. Never did know the differences, and I know that there's certain ones that do certain things. So I don't have any. Again, I have no answer for these. I want either an oval window or split window VW bug, or an early 60s Volkswagen bus. Yeah. Oval windows would have been split windows, let's see, by 65. I used to know this. I used to be able to tell just by looking at the bug what year it was very quickly, just by the windows and stuff. I know that the little, like in 68, they put the little vent behind the back window. So you can tell that 68s and above had that. Um, but I do like them. Best way to cook an egg. Depends on what I want to do with that egg. So scrambled can be good. If I want to put it with something else. I've never had them um, parboiled. Is that what they're called? Not hard boiled, obviously. Poached, I've never had. Um, so I guess it depends on what I want to do with the egg. Am I making a sandwich? Am I putting it with some ramen? Am I just eating it? Am I putting a breakfast burrito? So there's no one way to cook an egg the best way. Are you sensing a theme here with some of this? Scary Terry says, "Hey, the only person here scary here is me." Um, Metalheads, what's going on? What's happening, Mister Metalhead? I'm not sure if I saw Lady Metalhead. Time for dinner. Papa Shrimp's taking off. Thanks for being here. Visine says, "Head high, indica body high." There you go. See, I didn't even know that, and I don't want to get too into that, but that's been recently back into my life. But when I was younger, that was a big part of my life. We'll just leave that at that. Bex, what do you consider to be your proudest moment of your life so far? Oh, this one's easy. This one's easy. The time I got Lisa from KG Tropicals to say she eats her poo on a live stream. No, I'm kidding. Although I am extremely proud of that moment. I am extremely proud of that moment with John and Lisa, because John said the joke first and he didn't get it. And then he had Lisa do it and she did it. And he finally hit him and he just, he put his head down. He laughed and he sort of spit when it hit him, and so that was definitely a funny moment that I will always remember. Proudest moment, man, that's probably got to be something to do with my kids. Um, and my wife, Michelle, who is watching, who's asked a question too. So proudest moment in my life so far, maybe when my son just got this latest job, even though that's him, 100% on him. He did that, not me. That's nothing to do with me, really. That might be a proud moment. My daughter getting married could be a proud moment. My youngest son not dying yet. That could be proud moment. Maybe when we got this house, we paid cash for this house. That was sort of a proud moment. But that's stuff. And I like stuff. Believe me, I like stuff. I'm surrounded by stuff. I have a ton of stuff. But it is just stuff. And if that stuff was gone, it would suck. But as long as I still have my wife and kids, who cares about the stuff? So maybe not. I don't know. That's another good question that I don't really have an answer for. I'm sure it has something to do with my wife and kids, though. Maybe the day I got married. I don't know. And she says, "What's your next tattoo?" I want to do the duckweed. I want to do the duckweed tattoo. So I think that's going to be my next tattoo. I did not know that Rachel O'Leary had one, and now I feel like I'm copying her. But if you're going to copy somebody, Rachel O'Leary is a pretty cool person to copy. Lady Metalhead, how do you feel about your face? On the crotch of your viewers. I absolutely love it. If somebody buys that and they wear that and I see that, it's just going to that might be one of my proudest moments. Those leggings are hilarious. Those leggings are hilarious. Geek boy got it. Yep. Geek boy said it. Okay. I have like a little one hitter, Peplin. We shouldn't get too into that. I am trying. I did say I would answer any questions honestly, so I guess you would call it a bowl. It's a little one hitter. Called it. Geek Boy said he did. He nailed it. Um, you haven't lived until you had a nice poached egg. Let's see. Would you eat a cake and pie that was baked together? Sure. Yeah. Cake pie, pie cake, uh, a pake, a kai. Yeah, sure. I would eat that as long as it was flavors that went together well. Poached eggs are beautiful, but eggs only belong in cake. I disagree. I like a good breakfast burrito. Little chorizo, scrambled eggs, some cheese, maybe some onions, Dan's World of Fish, and more. What's happening? Xana Dude, what's going on, man? So, and again, for anybody looking for our focus on victim tonight, it's me. I had 3 cancellations today, and a couple of people who were just too busy didn't respond or anything. And I get it. I asked them very late, and the cancellations happened very late as well. So, and to those people that did offer, thank you very much. You are added to the list, though, going forward. You are on the list of people that will be interviewed. But I thought tonight we'll just do this. You guys are asking me questions. Anything that you want to ask me is on the table, and I will do my best to answer it as honest as I can. Sometimes I just don't have answers for stuff because, again, I don't have strong opinions about things that I like to talk about here. I have strong opinions, believe me, but I just don't share them. They're about other things that we don't talk about here. And we're going to go till 8 o'clock. So 15 more minutes. We'll go till 8 o'clock. All right, scrolling down. There's Michael, new local Austin. Stuff is everywhere. It is indeed. And did I say hi to Visine? I don't know if we did. Terry, wear my leggings at Kentucky. Have I ever tried black pudding? No. No, I have not tried black pudding. Uh, is oh, is this is it like blood pudding? Is it American sweet pudding? Um, what I don't know what black pudding is. I've never heard of it, so I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever had it. Eggs have been ruined for me. Unfortunately, I can't eat them willingly. Oh, you saw Cool Hand Luke too many times. I understand. I understand. Is there a type of pie I do not like? I've never met a pie I do not like. Mincemeat's not my favorite, especially if it's very raisiny. But we've discovered that mincemeat doesn't have to be raisins; it can be all kinds of stuff, dates and plums, and so no, there is not a type of pie that I do not like. Jimmy P was only here for Trevor. What happened? I just explained it, but I will again. He had to cancel. And then I lined somebody else up and they had to cancel. And I lined another person up and they had to cancel. And I did have a couple of offers. But by that time it was close to the time. So I said, nope, I'm just going to come up and you guys are going to ask me questions and we'll do a focus on me tonight. Favorite YouTuber that's not fish related? Ozzy Man. Ozzy Man, but also the Professor of Rock, I think his name is. Those are probably neck and neck. Ozzy Man, I think, is hilarious, and it's a very simple thing he does. He gets footage sent to him, video sent to him, and he comments on it. But he's hilarious. He just makes me laugh every time. He's just great. I love Ozzy Man. He's up there. Professor of Rock I like as well. He does interviews too. He's an interview guy. He does a really good job. His interviews are incredibly professional and in depth. And he interviews a lot of people from my favorite era of music, which is late '60s, '70s, early '80s. He does more too, but all kinds of different people in there too, because it's not just like heavy metal. He does The Cure and just all different kinds of people. So those two are probably neck and neck, Professor of Rock and Ozzy Man. Have you watched Crime Pays but Botany Doesn't? I have not. I do not know them. Oh, it's blood sausage originally from Ireland and Scotland. Well, I definitely would try that. ABC. Yeah, I would definitely try that. Rhubarb pie. Rhubarb pie by itself is not one of my favorites. I like strawberry rhubarb. Rhubarb pie is not one of my favorites. Hey, Bunny Viper. Hi. Um, Still working on tanks. Got to go up for dinner, but please eat eggs Benedict as soon as possible. What kind of things do you feel strongly about? Scary Terry wants to know. Uh, Religion and politics. I have very strong opinions in both of those places that I don't share here, uh, because a lot of that can be, there's facts involved in both of those things, but a lot of it can be about beliefs. And I like to be very inclusive. And those are things that people take to heart and can be very offended by. And I don't mind offending people, uh, but I don't like doing it. I don't go out of my way doing it. You're going to offend people. People are not going to like you. That's a given. That's just going to happen. Uh, but I think if you like doing that, if you like pissing people off, that really says something about you. That's something mentally you have some issues. If you enjoy pissing people off, that's not to say don't piss people off. Be true, be honest, be sincere. If those things do make people angry, okay, so be it. That's okay. But if you go out of your way and you try to say things just to make people angry, that's just stupid. You're an idiot. You're a moron. And I want nothing to do with you. Um, so you don't have to pussyfoot around. You can say what you want to say, but don't go out of your way to make people angry. But I have very strong opinions about both of those things, and I just don't bring them up here. Let's see. I think black pudding is a blood sausage. Paul Sotera said, yep, he did answer that, but you probably already knew that because I'm only 2 minutes behind. If money wasn't a factor, what would be your dream fish and tank size? We did get to that, Wayne. Ricky asked that, but 125 gallon, I think, of just a huge community tank with just like everything in it. I would love to have shrimp and snails, all different, very heavily planted, and just all different kinds of fish that would live well together in there. Nothing huge. I'm not looking for monster fish. Um, you know, uh, just something like that. And Metalhead, that's good to know. Thank you. Anytime you need a guest, let me know. I will do. Will do. Um, Bunny Viper loves the Ozman. I have a feeling you enjoy Metal Jesus Rocks on the tube. I will have to check that out. We'll see. And hi there. If you go back in time, what would you change about yourself or past? Whew. Go back in time. What would I change about myself or the past? I wouldn't get married the first time, but I say that, but you always have that danger. Maybe getting married the first time helped me realize what I was looking for in a partner, because when I found her the second time, I did it right. Again, we've been together, uh, I don't know, 30 some years total. We've been together. Um, so I don't know that I would maybe make that change, because again, I would be concerned that I might, you know, you're changing something about yourself that, that's how you got to be who you are. I like myself. I like the person that I am today. I didn't always like myself, but I like the person that I am today. Um, so if I made changes to that person back then, would I still be the same person today? I was never rich. I was never ever well off. We lived paycheck to paycheck for a lot of my life. We do okay now. We're comfortable. We own our house. I don't know. I think we live a pretty decent life. So that's tough. Would you make those changes? What do you risk losing if you make those changes? It'd be nice to be able to test it. That would be cool if you could make a test change and run it through the simulation and see what happens. That might be cool, because then you could make some changes that actually improve your life and those around you. That would be cool. Is my favorite non-fish channel, Ian said. The crime pays, but botany doesn't. Gotcha. Well, we'll have to check them out. Another person said, Michael said that too. It's bad you can't say anything good about rhubarb. Rhubarb is pretty bitter, bitty. I said it's pretty bitty. And Scary Terry says, I appreciate you answering honestly. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. And you're setting up at 125 as we speak. Very cool. It's past that makes you who you are now. I agree with that. And you know what? We're at the bottom of the chat. We've got 7 minutes left. If you were given a free vacation to space, would you go? Hell yes. Yes, sir. Yes, I would. If I was given a free vacation to space, I would feel bad about the resources used to do that, but I would still go. Who is your favorite mod, and why did you choose Moist Matte? Well, my favorite mod is probably Lori or Zen Ginger or Candy or Big M. Matt. Those are my favorites. And why did I choose Matt? I didn't choose Matt. Matt chose me. Would you rather fly or be invisible? Let's see. I think I'd rather fly. Fly. Why'd you choose me? Invisible is okay, but you're just gonna, I don't know. Flying's cool because, like I talked about before, I don't like to travel, and if I could just fly to the store and get there very quickly, especially if it wasn't a lot of energy wasted by me. You know what I mean? It didn't take a lot out of me to fly. Like I didn't have wings I had to flap or something. If it was just like I had a rocket butthole, and it just, that would be cool. That would be good. I would do that one. So I could get to where I wanted to go quickly. Jeremy, solar, wind, or nuclear to make hippies happy? Solar, wind. Oh, solar, wind, or nuclear. I think that they all have their place, and I think it's going to take all three of them together to do what we want to do. I do believe that nuclear has a place, but not the current nuclear power plants that we have here now. But maybe like the thorium reactors and things like that use some of the waste that we're already creating. And we do need to get to a place where we can get to zero waste or reuse it so that there's a tiny, tiny bit of waste over 20 years generated. So I think all three of those need to work together. I think it's going to take all three: solar, wind, and nuclear. And it's also going to take like wave generation. I think it's going to take all of that stuff and something we don't even know about yet to really get to where we want to go, where we're not using coal and different kinds of gases and stuff. Let's see. View on psychedelics. I'm too friggin' old. That's my view. I have experience. I have a lot of experience from when I was much younger. Actually, not since I've been married, not to Michelle. It was before that, a few years. But I've been to Grateful Dead shows a few times, and I've been to a lot of other shows, and I've been around the block a few times. Rocket butthole, Rico's rocket butthole. Being invisible would make hair care difficult. Yeah, I would hope you could turn it on and off as you need it, though. Being invisible. Your old college nickname, Rocket Butthole. What do I consider your best trait, and what do you consider your worst trait? I'm very thin-skinned. I think that's my worst trait. People make jokes about me, and sometimes I take them to heart. That's by far my worst trait. I don't know about my best trait, but the trait that I'm trying to nurture the most is empathy. I'm trying to be empathetic. I even have a tattoo to remind myself. This one's very hard to get to, but that's what that one is. It's the international sign for empathy in the middle, surrounded by a gear like sun, because I really like the sun, and empathy works. The gear works. So I'm trying to be empathetic and put myself in other people's shoes as much as I possibly can. So I don't know that it is my best trait, but it's the trait that I want the most. If you had a choice of what fish you could turn into, which one and why? Uh, I know that fish and dolphins aren't fish exactly, but I'm using them and dolphins because they're smart, they're fast, and they have lots of sex. So yeah, dolphins. Speaking of rocket buttholes, you should watch Swiss Army Man, the movie. I have seen it. I have seen it. That is the silliest. That is a very silly movie, but I liked it. Uh, I liked it. I'm very empathetic. Just ask me. I disagree, Matt. This looks like a place where everyone knows your name, Waterkeeper. That's definitely the vibe that I was going for. So we got 2 minutes left. My birthday's in March. I'm a Pisces. Um, Real quick, I wanted to bring up, and you can ask a couple more questions. Like I said, we got a couple minutes left, but I wanted to bring up again FishFam Christmas and let you know that I'm giving $200 per channel for the 41 channels that are signed up. Um, there's going to be leftover money, roughly $1,500 leftover money in the bank that will also be included. And the reason we have to have that is, let's say, trying to think of GRB. Let's say GRB wins the $100 Aquarium Co-op gift card. He can't use it. GRB's in Australia. He can't use it. So instead, we're going to give GRB $100 in U.S. currency. Probably just be cash sent right to him. Friends and family, whatever. We'll figure that out. But so that's part of why we're leaving that 1,500 in the bank. We don't know how many of our friends from around the globe are going to win prizes that can't be shipped to them. So instead, we've got to have enough to give them prizes. Also, there's some shipping that has to happen. So that's going to be left there. Whatever's left over on the 31st, I mean, you guys will be able to see it. It's all going to be in the spreadsheet. Whatever's left over will split among the 41 channels, or if it's only a little bit, maybe we split it between a few channels and we'll do a drawing. We'll figure out though, and we'll give away the rest of that money to the other channels as well. So all of it will be given away. We're just holding back some of it now in order to fulfill everything, make sure we're getting gifts for everybody that wins. Okay, let's see. Dolphins are mammals, but yeah, I did say that I knew they weren't fish, but that's my answer. They live in the water. They're an analog to fish, and that's my answer, and that's what you'll enjoy. um, okay, 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. Who comes on now? Why don't we drop a link? Who's up next? I don't think anybody goes at 8. Susan could still be on. I don't know. Secret History, Alex might still be on. 9 o'clock, we've got Bentley Pasco, and we also have Ladies Night with Dee Dee, Jess, and Shanna. Both of those, to me, are considered not misses. So go check one of those out. Rocky Miles, what's going on? Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks to the Super Chatters. Again, I know it wasn't your standard focus on, and we'll get back to our standard thing next week. And that's it. That's it. That's everything. That's all the things. Bye.